teach you how to replace an iMac's hard drive. First, the materials you will need is an iMac, suction cups or layered tape to help remove the screen initially, a Phillips screwdriver, a T8 Torx screwdriver, a microfiber cloth or something to clean the screen with, and your replacement hard drive. So first, we need to start by taking off the screen. I've layered the tape so that we can easily lift the screen off very carefully. Like this. There seems to be a screw that was glued to the screen. Okay, most times that won't happen. So then you need to keep the screen, the clean side facing up, and put it somewhere safe where you will not ruin it. Our next step is to remove the memory door from the bottom of the iMac. So find which screwdriver you will need. Let's move this so we can get a better angle. Come out without getting broken, that's all we need. Once you've removed the memory box, make sure to keep the screw close to it so you know which screw goes to which part. Then you'll need to find a different screw head to take out all the screws around the actual computer screen. And there's a few different ones, the longer and shorter ones. And make sure you realize where the longer and shorter ones go because it's crucial to which part you put the long and short ones on. Once you have all the screws out that surround the actual computer screen, you can start removing the metal casing. You need to put your fingernail sort of under the back of it here and kind of lift it up, being careful not to touch the screen, and slightly remove it. But you need to make sure that the eyesight piece that's connected for the webcam gets removed as you're slowly starting to make this come out more. Now we can continue to take this off. And be very careful because the eyesight piece is still connected to the metal frame. So we need to unconnect it. With the tape that's holding it there. So once you're able to pry the metal screen off and carefully attach this little piece that connects to the top of this metal frame, set the metal frame aside so that you can continue working. Our next step is to remove the screws on the side's LCD screen. Once you have removed all the screws, make sure that these two are kept separate because they're different sizes than the rest of the screws. Just set them off to the side somewhere. Next, we can start to get this metal piece and rock the LCD screen gently forward so that we can see the back side where every little bit of technology is kept. So, be careful when doing this because this front side is connected to everything. We need to disconnect the two wires running from the LCD screen. So once the wires aren't connected to the LCD screen anymore, we can see the hard drive and begin taking off the heat sensor so that we can replace the hard drive. So once the heat sensor is off, just place the foam piece aside, and then we're going to need to remove the hard drive. There's not very many ways to do this, but it is screwed in, so we'll need to unscrew it. A tricky angle, so this may take a while. To begin taking the hard drive out, get this plastic flap and start pulling it down and unconnect these from this part of the hard drive. And then you can pop it out and set set it aside because we will not need that bad hard drive anymore.
Go ahead.
So on this old hard drive, we need to remove the Torx screws so that we can place them in the new drive, so that we can hook the hard drive up to the computer and let it stay there. We took this plastic part off the old hard drive on the top, and now we need to reconnect it with the Torx screws to the new hard drive. So we have our new hard drive with the plastic piece in place, and we're ready to put it back into the iMac. We need to make sure it gets set on these two properly, which may be a little difficult because it's hard to see that way. But also reconnect these little two wires to the new hard drive. So we need to place the heat sensor under this nodule in the new hard drive, with the flat piece towards the hard drive. Kind of hard, it's a little bit twisted. So we have it in there, and now we place the foam piece back on top. There's a little hook for it. There we go, right on place. Once all the screws on the outside of the LCD screen are connected, you need to clean the screen with a microfiber cloth, because once the cover is back on, you'll never be able to clean this without taking it off. Quicker. Okay, now that you have the metal frame, you can reattach it to the iMac. But be careful because you need to reattach the iSight connection. So to reattach the iSight connection, we have to use this little sticky piece that seems to be stuck to itself.
In slightly.
Now that you have the metal frame on the iMac, you can start screwing in the edges to get the metal case fully in place. Now that the metal casing is all screwed on, make sure to use the microfiber cloth again to make sure there's no dust on it, because once you put the protective screen on, you'd have to take that off to get the dust off. So make sure to clean off this side of the screen, just to make sure there isn't going to be any annoying dust that you have to stare at while you're checking your email or whatever. And it's magnetic, so it makes it easier to put back on. Just gotta lock it into place using your fingers, and then you can take the tape off or clean it. The final step is to place the memory box on the bottom once again, and all you have to do is put it in place and screw it in. And you're done.